Okay, so when you're calculating this, you're gonna be using a calculator most of the time. You're not really gonna do anything with your head. So the question is, X is the parent of Y, decays with a half-life of 100 years. In a sample, you measure your ratio of 3 to 1. What's the age, right? And then it tells you that the half-life of whatever you're trying to age is 693. Alright, so it gives you two half-lives. It gives you that it decays in 100 years, and it has a half-life of 693. Right? So this is what you're gonna do. I like highlighted them because 100 years and the 693 half-life is what's gonna be here, and that 3 to 1 ratio is what's gonna be here, and you'll see why. This is the formula, right? So all you need to do is plug in these things into this formula and just solve it, right? So first we're going to start by getting this, which is the half-life, right? So it says that the half-life is 693 and the amount of years that it takes to decay is 100. So what you're going to do is every time you get the half-life, which is this number, the one that says this is its half-life, you're going to put a 0 and the point in front of it. So instead of having 693, I put 0.693. Then you're going to do this, put the line just like right there, and underneath you're going to put 100, which is the other half-life they said, right? This is the decay. This is how long it takes to decay. So you put the amount of time it takes to decay underneath. So this is the half-life, and this is the amount of time it took to decay, right here, right? So when you have this set up, all you're gonna do is you're gonna go over on your calculator. You're gonna put 0.693, right? And then you're gonna put divided by 100. Then right here, you're gonna put equals, and that's gonna be your number. And you gotta write that exact same number down. So 0.00693. Okay? So that's what H is. That's what this thing is right here. Okay? This thing, which is dp, is this number, right? But this is actually a fraction. It's just written as a ratio. So all you do is you flip it this way. So it's the same thing as saying 3 over 1, right? So this ratio is the exact same thing as 3 over 1. It's already a fraction. It's just like ordered differently. Okay, so you're going to do that. So now that you have your two variables, right? You have the two things. Just plug them into the equation. So you have the time is equal to 1 over, and then what was H? H is this number, right? 1 over 0.00693, right? And then what else is it? Times, sorry, I put equal, but it's supposed to be times ln, right? Parentheses, and then what's dp? dp is 3 over 1 plus 1. Okay, so now you have your formula set up. And this is where this was the hardest part. This is just easy because all of this you're just gonna just do it. So let's start off with the easiest part right over here, right? So ln in parentheses. So 3 over 1 is the same thing as saying 3 plus 1, right? You know that. So what's 3 plus 1? 4, right? So you have 4, and then ln, right? But you're like, okay, what the fuck do I do with this ln? You don't have to do anything because actually if you go over here on your scientific calculator, you see right here it says ln, right? So all you're going to do is you're going to press ln and you see, oh shit, it appears, right? And what did we write down? We wrote down 4. So all we're going to do is we're going to put in 4 right? And make sure that you press this one to close the parentheses. Now you have ln4, and then simply just put equals, and then you have that number, right? And you're like, wait, but it's a big number. Okay, well, just write the number up to 4 digits, up to 4 numbers. So just write it up to 1.386. Just those first 4 numbers, just write these first 4. Don't worry about the rest of them because this is just an estimate. So now you have this. You solved this already, right? So, but now you gotta solve times this to find out what its age is, right? So for this one's also simple. All you gotta do is just go into your calculator and put 1 divided by this big number, right? So let's do that. So it's 1 divided by 0.00693. Should I put a extra 3? Okay. Put equals and look. That's the number. And remember I said just put the first 4 numbers that you see. So the first 4 is 144.3, right? So over here, you're going to write 144.3. So now you have 144.3 times 1.386. So just multiply these two. So go back on your calculator. You put 144.3 times, what was the other number? 1.386. 1.386. You equal it and look at that. That's your answer. 199.9998, right? In other words, 200 years, right? That's what t equals. The age of whatever you were trying to find is actually just 200 years. See? Because it's just like if it's a cent down, because you're estimating it to the nearest. If you put this number, he'll still write it down, but you could just put 200 because it's just close to 200. So most of this, you're just gonna end up doing it with the calculator. You're not gonna do it with anything else. Like all you gotta do is just set it up, and at this point when you get right here, just start using the calculator. Right? Hope this helps.